Welcome back to another episode of TesTalks. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again for supporting. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like. If you want to hear me talk about a topic, please comment. I would love to talk about new things. Um, of course, you can watch this on YouTube. Um, by now, I should have more than just YouTube for where to watch slash to listen to this podcast. So if you want to check in the description box of this video, that'll give you the links to where you can stream this. All right, today I'm joined by my dear good work friend who likes to pick on people, which is their love language because it's my love language, and that's how we show we care about our good friends. Give it up for Aaron.
I'm here. Thank you very much, Ted, for having me.
Aaron loves it just when I scream. It's the best. He's the best.
Oh, it tickles me.
So yeah,
It's hilarious.
how are you?
I'm doing good. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me over. It's something something I've been looking forward to. Something I have to work on. Obviously, I'm not podcast trained. I don't know how to hold the microphone.
It's okay. It's okay.
Something Tez and I have already talked about is how for me not to look awkward and make this awkward. But I do appreciate you having me on the show.
Of course, of course.
We'll see how this goes.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I think it's going to work out great.
It's gonna be fine. I have lots of questions and topics
and that is what I'm worried about.
Oh, it's gonna be fine.
Those are the things that worry me the most.
We're gonna start with an icebreaker. Okay.
All right.
The game is called Mandela Effect. Okay. I'm just gonna ask you some questions.
All right.
And you're gonna be like, it's that one. And then you might be right, you might be wrong. So let's see. What's a good one on here? Okay, in SpongeBob, did Sandy Cheeks carry a book bag?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so either. You are correct. But then I started thinking about it, and then I specifically remember one episode where she was carrying a book bag. So I was like, does Sandy? But no, she doesn't. I think that was just for that episode,
like a one-time thing, like a one-off. Yeah, Sandy Cheeks. Only thing Sandy Cheeks carried was a can of whoop ass from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
Good. Is it Smokey the Bear or Smokey Bear?
I think I grew up along with most of everybody else saying Smokey the Bear, but I do believe it actually is Smokey Bear.
It is Smokey Bear.
Yeah. One of those things we've just been saying wrong our entire lives. We just ran with it.
Okay. Was the famous Forrest Gump quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates," or "Life was like a box of chocolates"?
Life's like a box of chocolates. So I think it's life is like a box of chocolates.
According to the internet, its life was like a box of chocolates. Don't know how actually true this one is.
What? Why would it be life was
I don't know.
like a box of chocolates?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so
it makes more sense as life is like.
But what exactly does that mean? I've never really liked that saying because it's supposed to be like you never know like what's to come or like what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But you're getting a box of chocolates.
Well, so what I think what Forrest was talking about and what his mother was referring to is like, you ever gone to the grocery store and you got those fancy boxes of chocolate? They're like chocolate, strawberry covered. Yeah, strawberry covered chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that box, although every chocolate in there is coated the exact same way, you bite into one, it might have a cherry in there, but you could also bite into that one that has that nasty ass Rice Krispie treat in there, or it could be that. So that is where the saying comes from, like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
I guess. Okay.
You'd have to be old and white to understand it.
There you go. Okay. In the song lyric, "I'm a Barbie girl." Oh wait, sorry. Is the song lyric "I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world" or "I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world"?
I think it's I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. That's what I think it is. I think it's that one.
The internet says I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
I won't argue.
Well, okay.
I'm upset because like when you started singing, when you said the song lyrics, like I flash back to a time where I knew exactly who the artist was, what year
Mhm.
the song came out, and then the Barbie started dancing in my head. So I was already upset.
Ah,
Anyway, so like, oh yeah, yeah,
it's okay.
come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah.
At the end of "We Are the Champions" by Queen, does he sing "Of the World" at the very end of the song? This was not a shock to me, but I found this out, and then I found this question, and I was like, oh, I bet people would get this wrong. Does he sing "Of the World" at the end of "We Are the Champions"? We are the champions.
So
We
this is what's going on in
are
my
the
head. All right,
champions.
for everybody, I am a true New Yorker. I am a New York head through and throughout. I am from Harlem, Dipset. So anytime you hear "We Are the Champions" at the very end, they do say "of the world." So now I do not know whether or not Freddie Mercury said "of the world" or not. I don't know. I am going to say Freddie Mercury did not say "of the world."
And you'd be correct. He
Okay.
did not say "of the world," which is a major upset.
Rockefeller,
Major
Dame
upset.
Dash, Cameron, y'all killed it because that's the great one of the great Harlem anthems. But Lord, like anytime we somebody hear "of the world" is stuck in my head,
Hmm.
and I don't even know if that's part of the song in real life.
And he
He did
does
not.
he does not sing it at
I
the
don't, I
end.
don't. I would have to. Now I'm going to have to listen to the song to try to figure out how does it actually really end.
It
The
just cuts
Queen
off
song.
at "We Are the Champions," and then it
That's it. It just
phases
fades
out.
out.
It's
Okay.
so
Anticlimactic.
it's very unfinished.
Ah.
It's very unfinished.
Okay.
It was like they like tried to work on the ending, but they weren't solid on one, so they're like, you know what, we're just gonna cut it out. That's what it kind of gives, and it's a major upset. Okay, we'll do one more. Is well, no. Okay, is whiteout spelled WHITE out or WITE out?
Second.
It is the
Second.
second
It's the
one.
second one.
Well, we work in a government job. You should know that.
I had no
Okay,
choice.
I want to get into how we met slash first impressions. So, and I remember this day, not plain as day, but I have a good recollection. So it was me and Naya. Shout out to Naya. And our supervisors were like just giving us a tour of the trailer because we work in a trailer.
Oh God, this is so embarrassing.
And we're walking around, and then we get to Aaron's cube, and then I don't know if our supervisors were like, "Hey, this is Naya and Tez," or if me and Naya were like, "Hey, Naya, hey, I'm Tez," but somebody said Tez, and then Aaron was like, "Tez," and so I said, "Yeah," and he said, "Tez," and I looked at Naya and I said, "Yeah," and then again, Aaron was like, "Just Tez," and I was like, I was about to say, "Are you having a stroke?" But then I was like, "Yes," I was like, "Yeah, it's just Tez."
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a lovely place to work," because I was like, first impression starting already, huh? But I think your mindset was like, okay, like is your name like is your government name Tez, or if Tez is like a nickname? That's what I think you were getting at. But in that moment, I was just like, why is he not processing that my name is just Tez?
That's exactly what it was. And
Yeah, I thought so.
so
Do you remember this day?
I remember that day.
Okay,
That's why I
okay.
started laughing and said, "This is so embarrassing." Um, what happened was so another fun fact about me is I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan,
Okay.
and one of the players from the Cincinnati Bengals, his name was Vontez Perfect. So when you said Tez, I was like, "Is your name like just Tez, or is it like Vontez? Is there more to it?" But I just got to repeat like Tez, like just Tez. That's it. There's nothing in front of it. You're just a Tez. You sure? Like I thought maybe I said like
You did not.
Vantes or something
Mm-mm.
Tez. Then it come to
Mm-mm.
later find out your name is Dantes.
Hmm.
I was like, why did he just tell me that when I said just Tez? But yeah, that was yep.
So I didn't really put two and two together until afterwards, and I was like, oh, he probably was like asking me like if it's just my name or if that's just a nickname.
Yeah.
But I already didn't want to be there, first of all,
Mm.
because technically I wasn't even supposed to be in the section where we're at now. I was supposed to be somewhere else. But I guess the division, he wasn't even like the division chief. Whoever he was switched me and Naya's spot last minute. It was very dirty and shady. And so we were already kind of upset with the way things were, and we didn't want to, I guess, really be there in that moment. But we were like, hey, this is just something like we have to do, because we didn't find out until that day that we weren't going to the spot where we were supposed to go.
That you got swindled,
Yes,
bamboozled.
swindle. Yes.
Mm.
So
But aren't you
lots
happy
of,
now?
oh, a lot happier, because we're hearing a lot of stuff about the sections
Where you
where
could
we
have been
were
at? Yeah.
supposed to go,
Yeah.
and things are just downhill. So it was a blessing in disguise, but we just hated the way it all went down.
Oh yeah, I can definitely understand that. That's something that happens all the time in the government work, especially where we work at. That is underhanded deals,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
last second changes that you never hear about yet. So, no, but I'm definitely glad that the two of you found your way down to Bearings. Like in a complete opposite way, when me and Orain, him and I were in the same pacer class. So, sorry. Me and Orain were in the same pacer class.
Mm-hmm.
So we both got down to Bearings at the exact same time. When we told people we were going to Bearings, everybody was like, "Ooh, like
That's what they,
like
yeah.
it was like a bad place to be."
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Orain get down there, and we're like, "No, this is great. What are you guys talking about?"
Yes.
And then all of our pacer compadres who were up in the main building, every time we talked to them, they were just like, "No, we don't like it." Me and Orain are down there in Bearings, high
Yeah,
fiving each
chilling.
other,
Yeah.
like, "This is great. I don't want to go anyplace else."
Bearings has like a really, really bad rep, because when me and Naya were like still in training, they would just like like constantly be like, "Oh, like you don't want to be in Bearings. It's just like so much work and this and that." They just kept saying it's so much work. It's so much work. Y'all probably won't like it. And then we get down there. Now it is a lot of work,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not at all as bad as they made it seem. It they they make that seem. Have you seen Descendants?
Yes, the what are they?
Just
Are
like,
they vampires or
oh,
sorry. Sorry
let's take a
everybody.
moment of silence for that. Descendants is okay. Let's take a moment of silence.
And we're back.
Descendants
Whew.
are not vampires. They are the descendants of like the very evil Disney characters. So like Evil Queen, Maleficent, what is her name? The one from 101
Oh,
Dalmatians,
Cruella.
Cruella, and then
That's the homie. Cruella is the homie.
the Aladdin guy,
Jafar?
Jafar's
Yeah.
son. Yeah. Yeah. So it's their
Yeah,
like children.
I've seen it, yeah, but yeah.
Bearings is like the Isle of the Lost. Like where those kids
Where the
are, those bad kids. That's
yeah.
how they make Bearings seem like this very bad place. It's isolated from like the main building where everyone else is at. That's how they make it seem, but it's really not that bad.
Well, it is isolated, and for me personally, I enjoy the
I
isolation.
think I think that's the highlight.
Um,
Yes.
it is the highlight of it because no other place in DLA can you go. Like if you're having a bad day or you're just like,
Yeah.
I need to get away, we can just like walk out onto our deck into
Mm-hmm.
our assigned parking spots, and see elk. We have peace. We have quiet down there. We don't have
We
all
have
the
peace.
combustion and all the higher ups walking around and getting
Mm-hmm.
all your business.
Yeah, so walking through,
Oh,
seeing what you're doing, seeing how long you're not at your cube,
yeah, we don't
timing
deal
your
with it. We don't have to deal with any of that. And again, we basically have assigned parking where we work at because we have two gigantic parking lots and not enough people to hold them.
At all.
Yeah,
Parking is a huge blessing.
it's
It's a
a great
huge
thing.
blessing.
It
'Cause
doesn't matter what
normally,
time you get to work, you will have
yes,
a parking
because
spot.
normally you have to fight for a parking spot
Right?
at
Yeah.
least after like 7:30. There's like no good
Yeah.
parking spots close to the main building, but where we're at, you can get there at 10 and still park
Still
up
have
close.
plenty of parking.
Premium parking,
Plenty. Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
And there's a trail out there. I love the trail. I have to walk that every day, or else I will crash out at work. But there's a trail that you can literally just walk around.
You talking
So,
about the one that goes back behind the RVs and come
hmm
all the way back around?
yeah,
Yes,
it's so peaceful.
I
There's
think
like
that's like
nature and stuff out there.
if you follow it all the way around and come up behind the warehouses, back up down where the police department is, and come
Hmm
up there, then it comes up to 3.1 miles. And I know this because me, Nate, and Morgan used to do that walk like daily,
hmm
and then it got cold. So, but
I was gonna walk in the cold. I'd be bundled up. You saw.
I don't like the cold.
I'd rather be cold than hot.
I'm a bad New
So
Yorker. I hate the cold.
now that it's getting hot, I'm kind of dreading walking
No,
because
I love it.
I've already started sweating.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
not
no, I
good.
love it. I'd rather walk in the heat.
It's not good. Okay, let's get into the first topic. I remember we talked about this at work. Favorite Disney princesses.
Hmm.
So I said mine is Ariel, and here's why. No shade to all of the other Disney princesses. They had their ups and their downs. But I don't think any of them could say that Ariel is not the baddest bitch in the sea because of the fact she didn't have a voice and she still snagged a man. I fear she's a different breed. She's a very different breed. She didn't talk, didn't do anything, and she still bagged a man. Yeah. Aaron?
So am I supposed to make a comment on who my favorite princess is, or should I talk about Ariel and why I disagree? Let's go with that one
Let's
first.
okay.
All right.
Let's do
So
both. So why do you disagree?
I'm gonna
Let's get into the hatred.
audience. I'm gonna take it there. I think for what you're saying is she bagged a man without having to have a voice. I think that goes to show the shallowness of men because she didn't even have to speak to get him. All she had to do was sit there and be Disney beautiful, and she got a man. And I think that's like some of the undertoneness that comes in Disney movies, some of the things
Mm-hmm.
that we love about Disney movies, especially as being an adult. Like the first time I watched it, of course, like I was a lot younger, and it was just like pretty. I do remember my cousin, I won't say her name, cried during The Little Mermaid. Like she was like bawling tears. But as an adult, when you watch it and you go back and you think about it, like they're all the little nuances and all the things that Disney does there for adults to pick out. That's one of the things that I pick up on. It's like they're just really showing you how shallow men really are. That um, she didn't have a voice. She didn't have any way to speak for herself. Like she, how did Eric know that she was even, someone that he would enjoy being around? You know how you have conversation with someone and that's
Mm-hmm.
how you decide, oh, this is someone who I can build with, who I can grow with. All he just saw was like a beautiful face. And that just shows to me, that shows the flaws in men.
Eh,
And so like that's why like I don't think she's the baddest. Like
eh.
to me, the baddest is the princess from Princess and the Frog.
Now that's a good one. If it wasn't Ariel, I would go with Tiana. Yes.
And for obvious reasons, am I biased? Of course I am. That is the first black princess at Disney, and it is Women's History
History.
Month. Okay, and Black
History.
History Month was last month. So
Hello.
Princess Tiana she is the baddest princess because she is the first, and still to this day only, black Disney princess.
And she worked for everything she got.
Every single
She
thing that
worked for
she
everything.
got, which once again, thank you, Disney, for
Mm-hmm.
showing America with your undertones of why it's different for black princesses, for black women in
Yep.
America. Like she actually had to go out there and work.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel didn't work for nothing. She just showed up with pretty red hair and got herself a
Mm-hmm.
white man. Uh, Snow White ain't worked for nothing. She ran around with seven little dwarves. Like so,
Sleeping Beauty didn't work for shit
she
either.
slept and got a
She
man.
literally was asleep. She was actually kind of groomed if you think about it. But
She took a nap and woke up with a prince.
mm-hmm.
Um,
I'd be highly concerned on how that happened in my sleep. She didn't ask enough questions for me, but Yeah. Okay, that's valid. Tiana, yes. I'm still gonna say Ariel. I'm sorry for the haters, but
The comments are gonna come get you.
and you know what? Somebody has to be controversial, so
They're
why
gonna go
not?
get you.
So just why not? It
Yeah,
be me. But Tiana, if it wasn't for Ariel,
yeah.
yes, Tiana
They're gonna
definitely
come get
would
you.
be it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tiana, do you think they'll ever make a live action Princess and the Frog?
This is where I show my age. I don't really like when they go back through and they
You did tell me that.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
right.
like the live action stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm
I'm
just
just
old, and just some things I don't feel like need to be messed with, and I don't
yeah.
like everything being messed with. There's no reason to remake things. There's no reason to reboot things. Not all the time. Like some reboots are cool. They do work out, but for the most part, no, please don't leave it. And
I you know I definitely see where you're coming from because there's a lot of flops. There's a lot of flop
there's
remakes,
more flops than there are good.
hits.
Than
Yes,
there are hits. Like we talked about Aladdin, and I didn't really care for the Aladdin with Will Smith in it. And one of the reasons being like the original Aladdin, like the voices, right?
Robin.
And
Yeah,
so some of those voices get stuck in your head, and like forever, that is the voice. Robin Williams, R.I.P., is forever going to be the voice of the genie. So Will Smith, as much as I love him, as
amen.
much as I like his acting, and I think he's a great actor, great voiceover work, and things that everything that he's done. Like I watched it and I was like, that's not Robin Williams.
Yeah,
It's not the same to me.
and it won't be the same. I think what their goal is to not kind of recreate the magic, but kind of create like a different type of hold on a, I guess, different generation. Like for
Yeah, I get it.
yours
Yeah,
was, with Robin Williams and like the OGs, and I think for I guess me and maybe a little later generations is more so for like the remakes. Like I love the live action Little Mermaid. I think I might like that better than the original, and that says a lot. Because normally I'm a big OG person, but
yeah, yeah.
Hallie, she did her thing. She did her thing. Now they're also making a Tangled live action, and I'm gonna say this kind of synonymous with the Princess and the Frog if they ever do a live action. It's either going to be a big hit or a major flop because
Right.
that's a lot of special effects. It's a lot. I'm like with Tangled, you have to get her hair right. It can't just be, I don't know. You really have to take the time and the detail, and you really have to get it right. You have to get the tower right. You you really have to get the casting right too to portray these characters because a lot of these characters are iconic, and that goes the same for the Princess and the Frog. Like you have to get Tiana right. You have to get the animation or the CGI, the transformations from the princess to the frog, and then the prince. You also have to get the Shadow Man and the shadows. Like that's a movie that's gonna create a huge budget for you. The Princess and the Frog is gonna be a huge budget because you have a lot. You
Yeah.
have a lot of work.
Casting is the biggest. I think casting is the biggest issue. Not issue, but that is going to be the biggest hurdle, biggest obstacle. Is you have to get the right person.
Hmm.
Um, like going back to what you said, like I wouldn't be have been opposed to if you want to capture a new audience, right? Like there's no, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Like we've seen it done in the past. Just re-release the original Little Mermaid. You're telling me that little 4, 5, 6-year-old girls in this day and age wouldn't run to the screen and just only thing they're going to see is a princess,
Hmm.
and they're going to fall in love with the same thing that your older brothers and sisters fell in love with. People like my age and my sisters fell in love with. They're not going to know the difference
Yeah.
whose voice it is or anything of that nature. Like so, I just think like a lot of times I think what it really comes down to is lack of creativity
Mm.
in
That's a
these
big one. It's a big one.
directors and in these producers and these movie things. Like, what do we do? It's like, what do we do now? Oh, we have to redo this. For whatever reason. No, you don't have to redo it. If you can't come up with a better idea, then pull a Taylor Swift and re-release your album again and let
Oh
it go triple
man.
platinum for the second time around. Like so like the original Star Wars came out in 1977, and then like some 20, 30 years
Woo!
later, when after George Lucas came out with what ended up being episodes 1, 2, and 3, when we find out that Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and the other one, uh, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi were 4, 5, and 6. So anyway, what did they do? They re-released Star Wars in the theaters, and they went triple platinum in the theaters again.
I,
They like so yeah.
yeah, and I love the fact that you say there's a lack of creativity. There's a huge lack of creativity.
Huge lack of
That's why
creativity
I really haven't been to the movies.
across the board. You rappers, you have no creativity. You singers, you don't have creativity. The ones that do, you guys know who you are. You know who you are. The ones you don't,
You should know who you
you
are,
should
but
know who you are, but unfortunately you don't
you
because you
don't.
keep making music. If I have to hear another Little Yachty freestyle, I might cut my ears off.
I will say, music. There was a time where I had hope for the new generation of music because
Yeah.
we had like hits, and then it's just every year. I think the last time we had like a good year's worth of music, I say was still 2016. That was like the best year musically for me, outside of like the throwbacks in the 2000s and stuff. I I think that's about as close as we're gonna get to currently was 2016. Now there are spotty hits,
Mm-hmm.
there are good albums, but as far as years worth of music, I don't think anything will ever beat 2016 for me.
You know what's funny is I won't say it on here because we're no shameless plugs. But you know the podcast that I watch every single day at work.
Hmm.
On that podcast, they say the exact same thing.
Did they?
2016.
2016 was that
2016
year.
was that year. And
Yes,
then I had to stop and think about it.
we
And
had
I
a
was
lot
like,
of hits.
wait,
2016.
2016 was abnormally lit,
Hmm.
top to bottom. See, 2016, I retired from the military in September 2015. I moved to Pennsylvania in January 2016, and I was legit lit from the moment I stepped foot in Pennsylvania. It was
Yes,
lit. 2016, you are absolutely positively right. 2016 for music was chef's
I have
kiss.
no idea
We need
what
2016
we
back.
need those type of vibes back. I don't
Yeah.
know what was in the air, but I just remember like every month it was like a new song, a
Mm-hmm.
new album, something EP was just dropped, and it would just carry on and carry over. I'm like, I don't know what happened that year, but we just haven't gone back. We haven't gone back.
I'm gonna have to like Google 2016
You should.
and then see exactly to be able to like relive it and like
Yes.
actually like go through a whole list. I'm like, oh my god, because
Mhm.
I do remember it, but like to think of exactly like whose albums were out, then I don't know. It was just like a blur of it was literally nothing, just constantly good music.
Constant hits. I know Migos were a huge hit
Yes, they
that
were.
year.
Yep.
I
Yes, they
know they
were.
were.
Yep.
Lil Uzi was a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I want to say Cardi B, but I don't think she might have been. I don't know if that was 2016 or 18.
I feel like that might have been 18
That might have been
with
18.
the Bodak Yellow, right?
Hmm.
I think that was 18.
Speaking of Cardi, let's talk about her first album, Invasion of Privacy. Cardi has hits. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything will ever beat Invasion of Privacy. In my opinion, she has albums out. None of them come close to Invasion of Privacy. I mean, I could rap that whole album for you, and I'm not an album person.
Yeah.
I will rap that album. If I like your album, that says a lot. That says a lot because normally I'm like, oh, that song's good. Skip, skip, skip. That one's good. Skip, skip. That one's good, and that's the end. Listen through. Listen through. I mean, Get Up 10. That was Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. That was Get Up 10 by Cardi B. You know, it starts off slow and then the beat kicks in
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
just feel like you can just do anything. You can that was the time. But I digress. Music 2016 definitely was the year. Now, speaking of music,
Mm-hmm.
you said you went to a performing arts school, correct?
I did.
I want to know everything about that because I didn't go to a performing arts school. So,
You weren't a performer?
no.
Oh.
So, I didn't start like doing theater and stuff until like my senior year of college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I did choir up to like 6th grade and then I stopped. And then didn't really sing, act, dance, didn't do any type of music, theater until senior year of college. So like late 2022, early 2023.
Oh, wow.
That's when I started.
Okay.
And when I tell people that, they're like, "You didn't like study music?" I was like, "No." They were like, "Oh, well, you seem pretty seasoned." I'm like, "That's a huge compliment."
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that's like a huge compliment because I mean, yeah, I started 3 years ago. I'm a big like at home worker. Like I like to do my homework. And with each and every show I do, I just learn more and more and more. Like my first two shows, I just felt like I was so behind because I didn't know anything. I didn't know like the terminology. I didn't know what cues was. I was like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. But the more you do it, the more you learn and you pick up stuff and you start to meet people and you create a community.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started 3 years ago.
Oh, nice.
I didn't go to a performing arts school. I didn't go to an acting school. No.
So now you're gonna make me feel like crap, huh? Because you're
You
like
know,
a
I'm jealous.
performer.
Yeah, so
Yeah. And what
please.
did I do with my talents?
hmm
All right. So I went to the Rochester School of the Arts in Rochester, New York. Um, you had to audition to get into the school. So I auditioned playing the trombone. So I got in for
Ah,
music.
good for
Um,
you.
in elementary school, my father wanted me to play an instrument. I wanted to play either the flute or the trumpet.
Okay.
Um, my uncle was a musician. He played a lot of different instruments. So I wanted to try to play the flute or the trumpet. We had to rent the instruments, and they were just a little too expensive
hmm
um, for the little black family that moved from Harlem to
The little
Rochester.
black family.
So my dad was like, "There's a trombone," and I was like, "Ugh." Not that there's anything wrong with the trombone, but for the fact that I might have been 3'4" and the trombone case was 4'3", and yeah, I had to lug that thing from
Hmm.
Francis Parker School number 23. Shout out to 23 School, Rochester, New York. Back to our place in downtown Rochester on a city bus because we didn't have school buses. And yeah, but I played the trombone. I made it to all city,
Mm,
all county, and all state playing the trombone. So then when it came time to pick a high school, I chose School of the Arts, um, auditioned, and I got into playing music. And then I didn't want to play the instrument anymore, so I switched over to drawing and painting, and then was
okay.
a visual arts major.
So you still stayed in like the arts
Yeah,
realm.
I did. I did.
Cool.
Yep.
I
And
didn't know you could like draw.
I yes, I don't anymore.
I was gonna say I didn't know
I'm
that.
not sure if I could trace my hand
Oh,
anymore.
I'm sure it's still there. You
Yeah,
just
I
gotta.
don't. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to do a lot of practicing. I don't remember the last thing that I attempted to draw or anything. No, like that was strictly just for school. I never really had any sort of desire to
hmm
like be like a an artist in the streets of New York or anything like that. Um, I did want to be an architect. If you ask anybody that watched me grow up, they'll tell you that if you ask me what I wanted to be when I grow up, I said I wanted to be an architect. I always wanted to be an architect. I have no idea why, but I just, and even to this day, like I love buildings. I love looking like at structures, like going to different countries and different states and cities, and like just
Yeah.
looking at the buildings. Um, I don't know where that desire in my life came from, but yeah, I had always wanted to be an architect. Even at when I decided to join the Navy, I asked like if there was any jobs like where I could build stuff, and there was like one rate. CBs is the community, be an EA as engineering aid. I did not go that route.
hmm
I went aviation, but yeah. So that's my performing arts
So the
story.
so the performing arts before you went into the high school, what grade was that like middle school or like junior high?
What do you mean?
Because you said that you went to the performing arts school and then you had to pick a high school.
No, so I went. So you're in in elementary school
Mhm.
up till fifth grade, and then you go to middle school,
Mhm.
sixth, seventh, and eighth. But for School of the Arts, like you started at sixth grade.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Oh, okay.
So you have middle school. It was really, really weird
Yeah.
because of the school, right? It's like, so we went to Monroe Middle School for your academia, but you were attached to School of the Arts for your art stuff.
Okay.
'Cause all your arts programs were with School of the Arts.
Right.
All your academic stuff was done over at Monroe.
Yeah.
So you were kind of like stuck in the middle of two things.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a
Now it's
little.
not like that. Now everything is all done in the school in one place. Like even when we went to ninth grade, um, we had the ninth grade academy, where we had our own building for
The
ninth
ninth
graders.
grade academy.
Yes, shout out to the ninth grade academy. We were the first of
What?
everything, right?
Okay.
So my class, we were the only class ever to have this ninth grade academy. All right. So like we would go over to this old church. We had all of our academic classes in the church, and then
Uh.
we would get on a bus, and then the bus would take us back to Monroe High School and School of the Arts, which was like a little bridge walkway. So you had Monroe High, you had to walk across this little bridge, and then you would be in School of the Arts, and that's where all of our dance studios were, all our music studios, all of our drawing studios, and our drama studios. They were all over
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the drama studios were on the Monroe High School side. So in the morning, you would go to the ninth grade academy. You would do all your stuff. You
I
would
can't
take
get
the
over the
bus
name.
over.
The ninth
Yes,
grade
the ninth
academy
grade
is
academy.
crazy.
So we
Why?
were.
Like why? Why
I
does the ninth grade get in academy? But like, why specifically ninth grade?
I do not know why. I probably do know. I just don't remember why we had the
That's
academy. But it was just
insane.
us. That was it. It was just us.
That's
And
crazy.
then because no one else went to ninth grade academy, they were like, they got rid of that. And then we were also the first graduating class of the brand new building that they built over on Prince Street.
Mm.
So we were the first of everything. Yeah,
Okay.
class of '95.
Shout out to the
Shout
ninth
out to the School
grade
of the Arts class of
academy, I
'95.
guess. Okay, we're gonna pivot from that. Um, Now this seems to be a running theme for like the past, actually all of the episodes, because all of my guests have seen it. Wicked.
Mm.
We have to talk about it. Now you've seen both.
I have seen both.
Okay, because my last guest only saw part two, so I don't
How do you
understand.
do that?
Yeah,
How do you not see
yeah,
both of them?
weird, weird.
I could see
Um,
seeing one and not the second, but how do you see the
but you
second, not
saw
see
the
the
ending
first?
and not the beginning. I was like, you have to go back for it to make sense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
okay, were you planning on seeing it, or was this more so of like, hey, my family wants to see it, and I'll just tag along?
No, I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
I am a huge Cynthia Erivo fan. Um,
Ah!
she's an extremely
Queen,
talented actress,
different breed.
and she actually sings. That's something I didn't know at first. My wife she told me, she was like, "Do you
She
know she actually
sings.
sings?" And I was like, "What? That's really her singing?"
Yeah,
Um,
she's
but
a
yeah,
singer.
when I saw the movie, I was like, "Yeah, I kind of have to see this movie. I got to see what it's about." And to say that I was taken back would be an understatement. I really enjoyed the way that they told the story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just thought it was just very artfully done. I thought it was
Yes.
thoughtfully done. I think her and Ariana Grande did a great job in their acting. I do not like musicals. I enjoyed this top to bottom, front to back, side to side, from the windows to the walls. Like it was great. Like I don't like musicals. Like I'm just don't start acting and then all of a sudden, ta-da! Why
Break out
you
in a
don't need to
song.
sing, okay?
Yeah.
But no, I needed that. Like, and then yeah, I thought it was great. The first one was just great. The way that they did it. I love the build up, the anticipation when you were like, "Where is part two?"
Yes.
Like the way they did
Yes.
all of that, like yeah, that was they yeah
And then we get into part two.
yeah.
Thoughts, comments? Because I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna let you finish.
You know, give me some time.
Yes.
Um, so I initially I was a little let down by part two. It wasn't as good to me as part one was.
Really?
No, it was not as good. It was still
Wow.
very good, but it wasn't as good. Um,
Wow.
a lot of the storyline, it touched a nerve.
Okay. There it is.
The
There it
storyline
is.
definitely touched a nerve,
There it is. Yep.
and then like it made me think a lot. I am also I also root for the villain a lot. I do. I love watching a really good movie, and then if their villain is doing something that I personally don't have a problem with, I'm like, I want you to win.
Okay.
I really need you to win. Like, I want you to win, villain.
Okay.
So, and you know, growing up, we always saw that the Wicked Witch of the West was the evil witch, and
Right.
blah blah blah. Then you watch part two, and you're like, she was never evil.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
She very
She
misunderstood.
wasn't even the villain.
So, uh, yeah, like she very misunderstood everything that she wanted things to be one way, and it never worked out, regardless of how well she planned.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like a lesson that we can all learn from life. Like no
Mm-hmm.
matter how
Mm-hmm.
hard you plan, things might not work out, and then sometimes people look at you like you did wrong because even though your heart was in the right place and
You
you
tried to do
were
the right thing.
trying to do the
Yeah.
right thing. And again, another going back to the Princess Tiana point, Cynthia being the black woman, that's what happens to black women so much.
Mm-hmm. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it touched a nerve. It touched a huge nerve.
Yeah.
I can see why you say you don't like.
I didn't say I didn't like. I didn't like it as it
Yeah,
wasn't
you
as
didn't like it as
much.
much as part
It
one.
wasn't up to
I
yeah.
I can get that because when I first saw it, hated the story. Hated the
Hmm.
story. But it's because it touched the nerve. It hit a lot close to home.
Yeah.
How it's just the constant, I'm trying to do the right thing, but they're deeming you and they want to kill you, they want to do that and this and that in the third. It's a lot of racial undertones in this movie,
Lots.
and it's a little too close for comfort. That's why, because for a while I was like, oh, I actually don't like that movie, but you have to get. I don't know. It's a great movie, but the plot line it just sucks to watch now. It really
Oh
sucks
yeah.
to watch now
Yeah.
because they really made these people like real life people. Like there are Elphabas and there are Glendas, and trust and believe you can know who's who.
Hmm.
And so that's why I think I like part two a lot better than part one because the acting was a lot more. There's a lot more that I could connect to. And overall, I think to me, the music is better in the second one anyway. I know that's probably a controversial, but both soundtracks are great.
Yeah.
But then part two came out. But I think because I'm linking the song to the scene, and I can just picture like what's happening and like the acting and the storytelling. It to me is like a lot better in part two. That's why I'm more so on part two. But part one has major hits, and the storyline is great because you're getting like the history and how they started out not really liking each
Each other.
other, and
Yeah.
then you get into them becoming friends and whatnot,
Right. Yeah.
and then it cuts, and then we get into part two, and everything's just bad. But so I can see where you're coming from, saying you don't like part two as much as part one.
Yeah. And but I think that yeah, for the reason that reason being is it's gonna sound horrible to say. But sometimes you don't want to watch the movie for the message. You just want to watch the movie sometimes. And then like if a
Okay.
message just hits you a certain way, you just man, I didn't want that. And then like you said, like Hollywood has a very uh, interesting way of putting out movies and then lining up perfectly with current events and
Mm-hmm.
how the world is, right? So you can watch that movie and definitely see a correlation to
Yes.
what is going on outside your front door, right? Like so you watch it on Amazon, you can pause and then look at your blinds and be like, this is happening right now.
Yes.
There, look, I can see it. There it is right there,
Yeah.
you know? But no, for me, it was part of it being the storyline. Um, Part one definitely felt a lot more lighter and more fun and type thing. So I think that's why I did like kind of gravitate more to that one. Part two was definitely a lot heavier, but I
Mm-hmm.
do agree that the acting was kind of better in part two than part one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the storyline was just definitely very heavy, but I
It
thoroughly
was
enjoyed it.
heavy.
Yeah,
Good. I'm glad.
it took me forever to watch it.
It did because I kept going to work. I was like, Aaron,
It took me forever to
did you
finally
watch
get a
part
chance to
two?
watch it.
No, I'm waiting. I said, okay. And then I'll come back. Aaron, did you watch it? Still no. I'm like, okay.
Finally, I had to be the man of the house, take the remote. Don't believe that. It feels good saying it here on this couch where it's safe for me to say that.
Where it's
Where it's
safe.
safe, it's crazy work,
I
right?
mean, that's what TesTalks says. It's a safe environment. But all in all, Wicked, props off to you again.
Yes,
I mean, I've
definitely.
literally talked about Wicked with each and every guest because they've all seen it. It's crazy. Sorry,
And you've talked
guys.
about it to everybody at work that will listen to you.
Yes,
Hmm. That's a fact.
it's just something you have to see.
Yeah.
Now, I'm glad you said work. I okay. If you weren't at DLA,
Hmm.
where do you think you'll be right now? Like if you didn't take the job here, I guess like planted roots and stuff.
Oh man.
I mean, do you see yourself anywhere else?
Well, we could do the easy thing, like right, like had I not taken this job and stayed where I was before, I was working. I was in Yorktown, Virginia, about like an hour away from here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wasn't happy there though. Like I wasn't happy at all. So I don't, and I had, it's I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. So when I say this, you gotta take that. God has a very funny way of making things work, right? Like I retired from the Navy in 2015, and a lot of people that I had talked to, that I had looked up to and mentored me while I was in the Navy,
Mm.
they were telling me, they were like, "Hey, the smart thing to do is once you get out of the Navy or military, any period, it's try to transition to a government job, right? Like I joined at 18, I retired at 38, and then if you can do another 20 years in the government, you double retirement. At 58, I'm collecting two retirement checks. Life is completely set up, right,
Yeah.
for me. So when I retired, like that's really what I wanted to do anyway. Like I wanted to try to get into the government just for that, just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, I am older. Like I come from that generation where we're just taught to work as hard as you possibly can until you can't work anymore, and then whatever is left in life, whatever is left in life, you live it
Yeah.
and try your best to enjoy it. So like that's what was always my mindset. I never joined the Navy with the intention to retire. I joined just to get away from home. Um, I wanted to, like, after my first 3 year enlistment, I wanted to get out, but I had no plan. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
like, what? Like my enlistment was my first year. My first enlistment was 3 years, uh, and then I was 21. I've been living on my own for 3 years. What? What am I gonna? I was like, what am I gonna do? um, Definitely was not moving back home.
Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not.
After 3 years, nah.
Absolutely not
That's
moving back
okay.
into my parent
That's
with
okay.
rules.
Yeah, and
What?
curfews, all that. Yeah.
Curfews
At 21.
at 21.
No thanks.
No, and then my two younger sisters were living at home, so they would have been 21, 16 and 11. What? No, no,
That's okay.
that is
That's
okay. Love you,
okay.
mom and dad, but no,
Financially, yes, but
no,
sanity,
I
no.
couldn't do it.
Freedom,
I was
privacy.
in Jacksonville, Florida, like just living my best life, just running around doing whatever the heck I wanted to do. So I decided, I stayed in. My second enlistment, I actually had planned to get out. Um, Maybe it's not stopped being fun. I was like, I am out of here. I had made every plan. Like this time, I had made every plan in the world to get out. And once again, God has a funny way of plucking you in your forehead and telling you that's not what I need you to do. And I had a car. It broke down.
Mm.
Um, I had 3 jobs lined up. They all fell through.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I had to come crawling back to the Navy. Like, I need to come back in. And then the Navy was like, come on, you know,
We'll take you back
come
in.
on,
It's
buddy. We're not,
okay.
don't even worry about it. And then I woke up one day and they were like, hey, you've been here 20 years. And I said, oh, well, now I'm ready to go. And yes, like I said, I had wanted to go straight into the government anyway. So to answer your question, I had no idea if I did it. I started here in 2021, so the way my crazy brain works, I feel like I'm 6 years off target, right? Like I should have been here in 2015, let it get here in 2021. But I had no idea. I'll be honest, I probably would have kept trying because I'd never stopped trying.
Mm,
I applied to government jobs no matter where I lived, no matter what job I was doing at the time. I did keep applying to government jobs.
yeah.
So I always wanted to be in a government job. Um, I am extremely happy that I found DLA and that I found the place where I'm working. I'm doing the things that I'm doing
Yeah.
because it's a very comfortable, and I don't mean that in a lazy way. It is a very comfortable job. Like what we do, I don't find it very difficult to do. It's not very stressful. Um,
Mm,
Sorry,
mm.
you've been there like 3 weeks, Tez. I've been there like
Uh,
5 years.
I've been there over a year,
Okay, I
actually.
promise you, after 2 years, you'll be thinking the same thing. My first year there, yeah, I still didn't think it was stressful, but
I'd be stressed out.
you be stressed out.
Not like fully, but
Yeah,
there are moments. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I've seen your moments, but you've seen me have moments. I've had moments, but I mean that's like every job has that where every once in a blue moon you're like, ah. I'm talking stressed out to the point where every day you come in and you're pulling your hair out
Oh no.
and you're angry and you don't want to be there and you hate the people that you work with and everything that you do every day when you turn your computer on is hard and you go home with a bad that no that's not so that's like for that reason alone like I get to come in the morning, do what I need to do, get in my car, go home, and whatever was at work, I get to leave that at work, and then that's made like my home life so much better as well too. So like,
I love that. Now I ask all of my guests this. Okay. What does theater mean to you? Slash, what does it represent to you?
okay. So as the resident arts major
Here
here,
we go.
yeah. Okay. See, now you got me in my bag. What does theater mean to me? So I never did any plays while I was in high school. I never tried out. I never didn't have the desire to, but I did watch a lot of the plays that we put on for the school. I have to say, theater to me is passion.
Mm,
I don't think you acting on stage is completely different than acting in front of a camera. Like
absolutely.
I completely
Absolutely.
believe
Absolutely.
I am naturally funny enough and goofy enough that you could put me in front of a camera and I could probably pull off a few roles. I am not a A-list actor by any means. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I do think like I could be Drewski. Um, but
Drewski, guys.
you see what I mean? Like that's funny enough. Like I could get on camera and do that. So you can't do that in a theater. So you have to actually have a passion for acting. I don't think that I don't know if you can, as someone who acts on stage, I don't know if you can go see an acting coach to do that. I think you have to have some natural abilities and again passion in you to be able to pull off, those roles. Have you seen Fences with Denzel Washington?
Mm-mm.
Um, the movie is phenomenal. Go see the play.
Okay.
Um, I read the book Death of a Salesman in English class in high school,
That sounds familiar.
and the book was I was like, I don't get it, but I saw the play, and for whatever reason, the play resonated with me, and I completely understood everything more.
Okay.
Um,
Love that.
Again, this is from someone who says they do not like musicals, and the more and more I think about it, I have seen a lot of musicals that were actually really, really good. Maybe I don't like them on the silver screen. I should say that. But yeah, so that's what the theater to me means. Like it really means passion. 'Cause I think about a lot of the actors who I really, really like, and whose best work I've seen, and the vast majority of them they come from the stage first. They went from the stage to silver screen, and then a lot of them go right back to the stage, like in their downtime,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like Denzel came from Broadway, Delroy Lindo came from Broadway,
Yep.
and then they went to the screen, and then you
Mm-hmm.
can find Denzel back on Broadway. Like,
Mm-hmm.
weren't you the Equalizer yesterday? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, who could do like how do you do that back and forth?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
One thing I realized lately is there are a lot of like actors who's now like doing theater and like not necessarily going on Broadway, but they're doing like theater shows and all this and that because um do you remember the show Jesse from Disney Channel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of the kids, Peyton List, she was the blonde
Okay.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing a musical now.
Is it any good?
You know, there's talent there,
Okay.
but when you're doing a musical, it's the to me the singing is just as important as the acting.
Yeah.
And with Peyton List is what I'm talking about. If y'all have seen Peyton List, she's now doing Heather's the musical, and she's one of the Heathers. I was you probably haven't seen Heathers.
I've
Have you seen the
seen the
movie?
movie.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's why I started mouthing like
I
Heather's.
forgot that
They made a musical out of that,
they did.
or did the musical come first in the movie?
No, it was the movie
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's like the main mean girl,
Okay. Gotcha.
and
Heather's is the original Mean Girls. For anybody that doesn't know,
yes, Heather's is the
yeah.
original Mean Girls. That's right.
You think
That
Emma
is
Stone was mean? Go watch the Heathers if you haven't seen the
yes
Heathers.
with Winona Ryder.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, love her now. But yeah, so she's playing like the main mean bully girl. I'm sure she can act it down, but she sings kind of high up there.
Okay.
And just Peyton List is not a singer. I'm sorry. There's a lot of actors who are turning to doing theater that involves singing, and these are people who like just like never sang.
Gotcha.
And it's not the best. So it's funny that you said how like people start out on Broadway and then they act and then they go back to Broadway because there's also somebody from the you know the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them is now doing a musical. I don't know if it was on Broadway. I don't even remember what show it was, but yeah, one of the members from the Cheetah Girls is like now like acting and like doing theater and stuff. And now that's different because you're used to singing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Cheetah Girls had 3 movies, so I don't know. It's just weird how like actors are now turning to theater when I guess they could have. I guess the point I'm trying to make is like I guess theater now is kind of getting more like recognized by people in the acting realm, which is crazy. Why I don't know. I don't know what's taking a turn.
Would you like my assumption?
Please.
My assumption would one be there's not a lot of roles available. Two, more than and what's probably more than actually I'm not gonna say more than likely. I'm gonna say my other assumption is, and the one that I lean more heavily on is you don't have talent.
Mm.
So let's try putting you on in
Sorry.
theater to maybe work on your craft and then we'll try to bring you over to the screen to see if it translates. Right? Like it's
Yeah.
one thing to do Jesse. Like kids can act because they're cute. Nobody cares. If you're a kid and the acting is bad, unless you're Jaleel White and you kick that little black girl off the TV show. Um, as a kid, you just have to be cute, and kids are
Hmm.
cute everywhere.
Yeah.
So then you get older, and this is it's a not really a bad thing or a sad thing, but this is what happens when you're a child actor. Eventually, you have to grow up.
Hmm.
And then you get to a certain age, and you're like, I still want to act, and your agent has to be like, oh, that's so cute. Oh crap, what do I do with you? So that's probably right. That would be my assumption is why if you're starting to see, especially if they're not B or A list actors, if you're starting to see more people over there in the theater, that would be my assumption as to why. It's
But
either one, there's not any roles for you, or two, you don't have talent, and therefore I can't get you a role. So let's put you over here somewhere in the theater, and then work on your craft that way, and then get you some sort of a resume to get your face in front of somebody.
yeah, I kind of want to backtrack to when you were saying how like you think theater is about passion and you don't know if somebody can take like a class
Yeah,
and stuff to like learn. I agree and I disagree. I think it's kind of half and half because you can definitely take acting classes
yeah,
that can definitely bleed over into the theater realm, but you also need to have a passion for it because it's a lot of work. It's dedication. I mean, it's like a whole second, third, fourth, fifth job for you. And so while you can take classes to kind of help break things down and kind of improve your acting skills and stuff, putting in the time on your own and also having the passion and the will, the drive, and the patience and everything also plays into it.
yeah.
Theater acting versus like on-screen acting is very different because I've done a few shows where the director would tell me and be like, you know, Tez, if you were on screen, that'd be great. But with theater, you kind of have to make it big because there are no cameras for you to like zoom in to like
100%.
see
Yeah.
your facial
See your
expressions,
facial
see your body
expressions.
language. Like you really have to make it bigger. It might seem kind of like silly in the moment, like, oh, well, why am I doing this so big? It's because you are on stage. There is no camera on you, so.
That slow motion stuff that we love in movies, that
Mhm.
there's none of that on the stage.
There's
There's no
none.
cut.
There's no cut. It's literally all one take.
All one
It's one
take.
take.
Again, that goes back to what I was like, you have to have a passion.
Hmm.
And I really believe that's why it shows. And like for someone like you, you said you have no up until your senior year in college,
Hmm.
no previous acting for you to be able to go out on a stage and have the success that you're having. That shows a passion, right? Like there's again, like there's nobody can yell cut. Hey, you messed that line up,
Yeah.
and somebody comes out there with the little chopper thing. All right, scene. Let's try it again. You're like if you mess it up, you just screwed up an entire production,
Right.
right? And then like and then you screwing up that entire production. That affects attendance for that show for the rest of the weekend.
Yes.
Okay, just because you messed up something, um, people are gonna be like, "Oh, that show was terrible. I'm never gonna go back to see it." And now you've affected 15, 20, 35 people that are part of this production, plus all
Hmm.
the actors. How of our money is gone.
Yeah.
Um, and in Hollywood, it's not like that. Hollywood, how often would you see bad movies? How often you see bad TV shows and they still stay out there? I hate it. I know there's another one they're going to come find me. How did Two Broke Girls stay on TV for 7 seasons?
I don't know if I've definitely
I would say
heard of
don't
it,
waste your time
but
if you've never seen it.
I don't think I've seen
Seven
Super.
seasons it stayed on there.
There's a lot of shows
Right.
I
Like
wonder
I,
how it stayed.
I thought it was bad acting. I thought it was. I won't say why I think it lasted for 7 seasons, but so yeah, yeah. I think that's what it is. That's my assumption. Is you start to see people, a lot more people in the theater. I think trying to give them the ability to hone and work on their craft, um, and then try coming back the other way. And I still do believe that. I thought about taking acting classes. I've also thought about
You should.
out in the West End where I
I
live.
need them. Shoot.
Um, there is an improv theater out there,
Improv.
and they do.
That's a
But
realm.
on Mondays they have open mic night, and I keep psyching myself up to go do it, but I'm too scared to do
You
it.
should go. I'll go
I
with
want
you.
to do it. Like I really do want to do it.
You should go.
Like
I'll go.
I'm very animated. I tell stories very animated, and I think that I can go up there and do it.
You should
Like
go.
that's why I say like if you put me in front of a camera, like, I'm pretty sure that I could pull some stuff off. I do not think I could do it on stage,
I
not
think you can do it.
on theater
I
wise.
think me and Naya are like the perfect people to talk to because one, I do theater, but Naya also has huge stage fright, but she does poetry.
Oh yeah,
And so she's slowly getting out of her comfort zone and she's getting up on stage and she's reading her poetry.
I'm gonna.
So
I eventually will do it. I did when I lived downtown. I lived right around the corner from w- a uh, a comedy store or whatever they call it, I think. Yeah. Comedy whatever.
club, I
Comedy
think.
club. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived right around the corner from comedy club. They used to have open mic nights, and I was like, I could literally walk out my front door and be there in 5 minutes. Like right,
Comedy is hard though.
if I
That's a
got
realm.
booed off stage, I could have ran home in the amount of
You
before they
could, but all right, I'll
realized
see y'all later.
before they realized that I was gone. I could be at home hiding underneath my sheets. But yeah, I do want to do it.
I think you I think you should do it.
I don't think comedy's hard at all.
Ooh. That's a realm I know I can do.
I
I'm like naturally funny. I can't be funny on like purpose.
I think comedy becomes hard once you run out of your initial material, right? Like I believe, like the first few Cat Williams stand-ups, I think are his best work ever, untouchable, and then they kind of tail off.
Mm,
But like those first few specials, that was like the first work that people got to see at Cat Williams, and then so like I feel like the same thing. Like I feel like I could go up there and probably kill a 5-10 minute set, right?
you
Naturally,
good?
like naturally funny. But then once I run out of my stuff that I'm going to be naturally funny off of, what's going to keep carrying me?
Yeah.
Then that's when comedy gets hard.
Hmm.
So if I go up there on Monday and I kill a 10-minute set, I think there's enough trauma in my life that I could last for like maybe
Oh
6-7 months.
gosh.
Well, think about it. That's what comedian. You think about all comedians.
They
It's
talked about
trauma.
their past trauma.
That's
Yeah.
what they talk about, and that's what's so funny, and that's what's so crazy that's what makes the world go round. Like somebody will literally be up there talking about their trauma, and then everybody's dying laughing. We just find a funny way of doing it. So yeah, I think that's when comedy becomes hard, and when you start having to have writers, and people are going to have to help you do it. When someone starts writing for you, they're not really writing in your voice. They're writing what they think your voice would want to say. And you're trying to be there to help and then trying to deliver the lines
Yeah.
because it's not naturally what came out. I think that's what the genius of Dave Chappelle is. Um,
Come on.
that's the um, Paul Mooney, um, Bill Burr. What's my guy's name? Older white guy had the ponytail. Yeah, I can't remember his name right now, but that's what they're like. I
I don't
think
know
that's
that
what
one.
made made them so genius in comedy is like they never run out of anything, and I think there's more to comedy than making people laugh. Like you can be funny but still tell a good story,
Yeah.
like in the middle of your comedy being like being able to tell a story and then hop right back into something that is funny. But I think I could do that. Yeah,
Well, hopefully we see you do that in the
give
future.
me a couple of shots of Hennessy,
I
I'll be
think
up there.
hey, liquid courage is a
Anything is
thing.
possible. Give me a couple of shots. Yeah.
And on that note, I think we're going to close out this podcast. Thank you again for coming
Well, thank you very much
on
for
the
having me. I
podcast.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Aaron's been there since the beginning. I started talking about it, and I said you're going to be on it. I don't know when,
Yeah, he did. He
but
did.
we
And
got
then he
there.
cornered me at work and said, "Remember that time you did not believe my name was Tez?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You didn't believe me in my podcast. You're going to be on there
You're going to be
Saturday."
on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap this one up. again, you can watch this on YouTube, and I'm gonna put the links for you to stream this podcast in the description. And until next time, we're gonna say bye on three. One, two, three.
Bye.
Bye.